I know there's 5 minutes left in the game, but this game's over. Penn State has utterly humiliated and destroyed West Virginia. The last time I checked, the score was 34-12. Very similar to the score it was last year. And, I really don't know what to say. At first, the game started out close in the first quarter, but, all enthusiasm basically died after the weather delay. This is just another example of why West Virginia just can't really win big games. You see it. West Virginia has performed absolutely terrible against ranked teams. Terrible against ranked teams. And any good team we face, well, we completely bungle it up. And it's very disappointing because I thought they had a chance. A lot of people actually thought they had a chance. I know. Penn State is number 8 in the country. They're always in contention in the Big Ten. But this just outlines the biggest problem that West Virginia has. This game is the perfect example of it. West Virginia can't play aggressive football. We just can't play aggressive football. We literally do the same thing. We run the most basic offense where it's basically just run, slant pass. It's a better version of Matt Canada's offense. It's good when you're playing bad teams or teams that are not really that good in the Big 12, but not good when you're playing number 8 Penn State. Not really good for that. And this game was ugly. The game was just as ugly as Neil Brown's goatee, which I have no idea why he grew that out. Maybe he just did that to, show a new era. Well, after this game, on how bad we played, please shave that thing as quickly as possible because that thing is hideous. But you saw Penn State. They played aggressive football. They were going right after. They were slamming into West Virginia players, and you saw that. West Virginia wasn't really ready. You saw the players slow to get up. They were ramming into them, and they were basically playing aggressive football on defense. And on offense, they would do things that typically a normal offense wouldn't really do, like not taking a knee near the end of the first half when you were going to get the ball again. This is stuff that I wasn't expecting. And props to Penn State for how well they played. Penn State, you actually have a team this year that could beat Ohio State and Michigan. But, piece of advice, I don't know why, but Penn State white is just ugly. They were all white this game, and it looked hideous. I don't know why. Every time I see Penn State wear all white, I'm like, it's not that good. Who wears all white anyway? So you look like a Megatron suit or something. But, so what I'm trying to get my point across is this. Number one, we need to play more aggressive football. That is got to be the number one thing we have to work on. Play more aggressive football. Number two, we got to start winning more of the big games. We got to perform better against ranked teams and teams that are, more stacked on paper. We have to play better and even win those games if we want to have shots. Number three, we just got to stop being predictable. I don't know why, but our offense is just so predictable. Like, we ran the same play over and over again when it was running. Like, every time we ran the ball, Penn State knew every running play that was going to happen. Like, Penn State knew every running play. And eventually, you got to start passing the ball. Or like Garrett Green uses his legs. But we didn't really do that. So overall, we played pretty bad. And it doesn't help that we have a pretty hard schedule. But remember, this is still week 1. This is week 1. So anything could turn around later in the season. Now, we got the backyard brawl coming in 2 weeks. We got to fix this performance up ASAP. So, if we could beat our week 2 opponent, which is Albany, and then we need to beat Pitt, we'll be 2-1 going in against what I consider to be a very good contender for the Big 12, and that is Kansas. And if we could beat Kansas and Oklahoma State in back-to-back weeks, then things are going to turn around. But right now, that is not the case. This performance against Penn State just really shows just how we got to be more aggressive and less predictable on offense. And I don't know when we're going to play Penn State again. It's probably going to be another 20 or 30 or 40 years before we play Penn State again, but who knows? Well, that's it from me. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go try to figure out everything that West Virginia got wrong and see if we can fix this ASAP. Oh, and Neil Brown, for the record, please shave the goatee. That is just the ugliest thing I have ever seen on a football coach.